Jessica, I want to spin off a little bit from the educational piece. I know that's your bread and butter at CIC, but just to give CIC a little bit of a, our investors who are sitting here and talking about, hey, rates are going up, lending, CIC has been lending in Chicago forever. I can't remember when Jack was on and Stacy, but it's thousands of loans here, all locally. Yeah, I think it's in the billions of dollars, if I'm not mistaken, thousands and thousands of units for rehab. Can you just, if I'm an investor, we don't need to get into the details, but what are some just advantages of the lending side of CIC?
Right. So one of the advantages, because we are local, we know the neighborhoods, right? We've been in business since 1974. So again, we're in the neighborhood, we're in the trenches, we're in, again, all of the neighborhoods. People just think because, again, we're well known on the south and west sides, on the underserved areas, but we've hit all 77. I mean, we've been around in Chicago forever. And a good thing about that, the advantage is that, we're a small lender. So exactly, our loan officers, they take you through the entire process. It's not a, big corporation. We do all of the servicing here. We're able to react faster because, again, we know what's going on pretty much. The good thing, like I said, when you're investing in different neighborhoods, Chicago's a neighborhood city. It is. So we know the neighborhoods. We've been in that space where a traditional bank wouldn't go unless it's either, a turnkey, a purchase, or maybe, we would go when it's vacant, when it's, with nuts and bolts. We're doing the whole renovation, we're doing everything. We can operate in that space and be confident in it. That's the CIC difference. When you think about it, we know the neighborhoods. We're not in the flipping, the quick investments. We're more a stay investor. I know it's a lot of money coming from all over the United States to invest in Chicago, but when you think about local, if you want, a local banker partner for you, CIC, and again, we're a good start. Our interest rates are pretty on the same range. I wouldn't say we're conventional or we're hard money. We're like somewhere in the middle. I'm not a loan officer, so I really can't answer the underwriting questions of what will qualify. Well, I do know qualifications of an investor, but that's the CIC difference. We know the neighborhoods. We know pretty much the dynamics of the players, and as far as we just operate in that space. So.
I love it, because anyone you ask at CIC always can answer that question the same way. Like you guys got that we know the neighborhood's down, like, as a group. So that's so cool to hear, like, how in sync you guys are. And it, you guys were the only shop in town between 2009 and 2012 that we were really lending. And what we're experiencing right now, where you can get money from anybody and everyone all day long, it's not going to be forever. We'll go through other cycles, and people have to, and it took me a couple of years to find you guys, and actually I followed you guys in housing court, but that's a different story. It is, you guys are a huge part of us building our portfolio, and you guys have a great service. And just one other comment there is on the rehab side of things, when you're getting construction loans and the knowledge that your inspectors and all that bring to the process of, whoa, you can't do that. That's not going to work for handling a building the size or whatever it might be. You guys you add so much value to the process as well too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like a commercial.
And again, when it comes to our lending, because again, we do everything in-house. We have our own construction team that comes out. On the education, on the flip side, the education part to that too, it is a lot of education, because again, some of these investors, we don't necessarily, they can be newer, again, because again, we're not that first investment phase. That first investment phase, you're going to do that 2 to 4 units. We can't lend to that, but we can help you grow from that. Right. So it'll be that time, like you're at that 4 unit, you're ready to trans over to 6. Now you're in different type of financing. It's not a traditional residential purchase. You're in commercial. So now it's kind of identified and underwritten a little different. So we'll walk you through that. The construction piece, that's a big that's critical to your projects, because again, I wish people had, I call them retail buildings, right? You want a retail already done, turnkey, perfect building for the low price of under $300,000. That's not going to happen. Because again, you're paying for other people's blood, sweat, and tears and investments and all that good stuff. You're paying for all of that. So at this particular point, your first or second purchase, it'll probably be in that rehab space. But CIC will walk you through it. We don't have a vendor list. A lot of people think we have this misconception. We have this great vendor list that we're going to give you GCs and we're going to do. No, we'll walk you through the process of, how do you write a scope of work? What does a draw system work, as far as how do they get paid? And, and then identifying project, this is a good deal. Sometimes, and I'm like, we're not always the yes. Like, people think that, well, CIC will do it. It's an abandoned building. It'll be great. If the investment numbers don't turn out and it's a bad investment for you, it's going to be a bad investment for us. So again, we identify that and we walk you through it. Well, this won't pencil out. We probably, you could probably, it's a long story, but again, it's always the best interest of our clients at the end of the day. I want you guys to be profitable investors. I don't want, at the end of the day, eviction court is not the place you want to be as a property manager. Again, I would love to talk to the folks who said, Jessica, I've never evicted a tenant. And I've had tenants come and go, but I've never had to go to the eviction court. And, that to me, that's a great song to sing.